Farm to School is a program that connects schools and local farms with the objective of improving student nutrition by serving healthy meals in school cafeterias, providing nutrition and agriculture education in the classroom, and supporting local and regional farmers. In response to the dramatic increase in obesity in the United States, particularly among children, Michelle Obama launched the Let's Move campaign with the goal of ending childhood obesity within a generation. Addressing the national childhood obesity epidemic is also at the core of the National Farm to School initiative. Their mission is to help children understand where their food comes from and how their food choices impact their bodies, their environment, and their communities. Unfortunately, most children today don't know where their food comes from and how it gets to their plate. If anyone watched Jamie Oliver's Food Revolution, there was an episode where Jamie asked kindergartners to identify certain fruits and vegetables. When he held up a potato or a head of broccoli, none of the children knew what they were. Fortunately, the USDA has taken a new direction with regard to child nutrition. With the Know Your Farmer, Know Your Food initiative, the USDA will set up farm-to-school tactical teams that will identify and eliminate regulatory barriers to local procurement, assist schools in accessing and purchasing more locally grown foods, and enable farmers to effectively serve their local schools. As part of the Let's Move campaign, President Obama established the Task Force on Childhood Obesity, and in the report to the President, Recommendation 3.6 states, the USDA should work to connect school meal programs to local growers and to use farm-to-school programs to incorporate more fresh, appealing food in school meals. Schools should be encouraged to seek opportunities to purchase foods from local farm cooperatives. The following slides will go through the different farm-to-school components. Farm to School is starting a national conversation about the importance of understanding where your food comes from and how it gets to your plate. Local farm-to-school programs enable schools to feature farms that provide healthy, locally sourced products in their cafeterias. One of the benefits to food service is that schools participating in farm-to-school programs have experienced increased participation in the school meal program. When farm-fresh products are on the menu, children will eat more. The USDA Farm-to-School tactical teams will assist schools in creating opportunities for students to get involved with food and agriculture through cooking classes and garden-based learning programs. They have also pledged to make $50 million available for schools to buy local produce. Recommendation 3.11 from the report to the President states, where possible, use school gardens to educate students about healthy eating. School gardens offer opportunities for fun and physical activity while also serving as an important educational tool to help students understand how healthful food is produced. It is important for children to know how plants grow from seed to mature plant and to learn the science and thrill of planting, caring for, and harvesting food directly. Research suggests that school gardens used as part of a nutrition education strategy can increase knowledge of fruits and vegetables and influence a positive behavior among children. The more children know about how their food is grown, the greater motivation they have to choose the local options in the cafeteria. The degree to which children have become disconnected with their food system is alarming. It is impossible to make informed, healthful decisions about the food one consumes without a basic understanding of the interdependent systems that provide us with that food. As current and future food consumers, it is essential that children learn that food comes from the earth, either directly from plants or indirectly through animals that feed on food produced by the earth. Farm visits are a fun and engaging way for children to understand the important interdependent relationship they have with the food they eat. This is the Healthy Kids Meal Wheel. It was developed by Chef Ann Cooper, also known as the Renegade Lunch Lady. She is a celebrity chef, much like Jamie Oliver. She trained right here at the Culinary Institute and is the current nutrition director at Boulder Valley School District in Colorado. If you go to her website, thelunchbox.org, you will see that this meal wheel is interactive with pop-up recipes for each of the food groups. This website is a valuable resource with dozens of scalable school lunch recipes. This is an example of a project done by elementary school children in a nutrition education class. This is an example of a taste test in a kindergarten classroom. No thank you bites. The Baltimore School District came up with an innovative strategy to engage students in making healthier choices. Schools make available to students 2-ounce samples of a new entree, fruit, or vegetable item. Students that try a sample are given star stickers. Each month, students with stars are invited to a constellation party where food service professionals are able to talk to the students about their preferences among the samples. Samples that are popular become part of the school menu, and all of the input is used to shape future options. Here is an example of a survey conducted after taste testing a veggie roll-up. Looks like a thumbs up. Studies show that kids that actively engage in cooking are more likely to try new foods. Early-aged children are better able to differentiate between healthful and unhealthful food choices when they are exposed to real-world experiences such as cooking and making up recipes. At the National Farm to School Conference, we learned about the National Cooking Up Change competition. Sponsored by the Healthy Schools campaign and the National Farm to School Network, students across the United States were challenged to compete in this competition to design a healthy school lunch. Using only ingredients commonly available for food service, students created healthy meals that include a locally grown item, meet strict nutritional guidelines, and taste great. The winners were selected at the conference, and we all had the good fortune of being served the winning meals for lunch. They sure were good. And now we come to Haldane's Farm to School plans for the 2010-2011 school year. As a kickoff of our Farm to School initiative, Haldane will be participating in New York State's Farm to You Fest. This is a week-long festival supported by the New York State Department of Agriculture and Markets Farm to School program and the New York State Education Department Child Nutrition program and the many, many partners on the New York Farm to School Coordinating Committee. This year the fest will be held from September 27th through October 3rd. These are some ideas of what we can do during that week. Farm visits, apple picking, apple taste tests, local chef cooking demos, kids recipe contests, farmer classroom visits, the film What's on Your Plate, and a local foods harvest feast. And these are some of the goals we've been talking about in the 2010-2011 school year. Once a month, Farmer's Choice locally sourced meals served in the cafeteria, farm educator visits in the classroom, option to purchase local Hudson Valley fresh milk during lunch in the cafeteria, garden-based learning using Haldane's new school garden, and the Garden to School Cafe. The Garden to School Cafe is a pilot program of the New York City Department of Education and the New York State Department of Agriculture and Markets in collaboration with Cornell Cooperative Extension and more than 20 community-based organizations. The goal is to connect school gardening and school lunch menus through seasonal harvest events and supporting educational activities. In 2009, there were approximately 2,000 farm-to-school programs. It's great that Haldane will be adding to that number. All the programs that I've read about or heard about at the Farm to School Conference are unique, having much to do with where they are located and the growing seasons in their regions. So it should be exciting to see how we shape our program and see it grow in its own way in the years to come. Thanks very much.